Chapter 1, Dangerous Pie. There's a beautiful girl to my left, another one to my right. Hundreds of colored balloons are tethered down behind me, baking in the July sun. I'm wearing a brown gown that's sticking to my sweat-drenched skin, trying to keep my head straight so that my weird square cap doesn't fall off in front of the 1,000 people who are watching me. And of course, because I'm me, I'm spacing out. The questions are just tumbling through my mind. How did I get up here? What have I learned since September? How could my life have possibly changed so much in only 10 months? I'm not even sure I understand the questions, much less where to begin looking for the answers. I guess a good starting point would be the longest journal I've ever written in English class. This was back in September when I was pretty sure about life. The topic was the most annoying thing in the world, and we're supposed to write the usual one-page response to it. I sat there for a few minutes, staring at the back of Renee Albert, who's the hottest girl in the 8th grade, trying to concentrate. Unfortunately, all I could concentrate on was Renee Albert. Did I mention she's the hottest girl in the 8th grade? Miss Palma is always going on and on about brainstorming and lists and pre-writing. So I started a list of truly annoying things. Journal assignments, pencils, pencil sharpener, smell, Miss Palma's perfume. Why doesn't Renee Albert ever look at me? Hot girls who never look at skinny geeks. Being a skinny geek named Steven. Just then, I realized that Miss Palma was standing behind me, leaning over my shoulder. I guess that's why I was being asphyxiated by her perfume. Thinking fast, I covered up my list, turned to her, and asked, Miss Palma, can the journal be longer than a page? Sure, Stephen, why? What are you creating there? Creating there. She actually said that. Don't English teachers just slay you? My mom is actually an English teacher, but that doesn't mean I don't find my own English teachers a bit odd. But I'm having trouble crafting my prose. Yeah, crafting my prose. Two can play at that game. What's your topic? Remember what I always say, FFF stands for form follows function, don't you know? I want to write about a big topic, and it's not exactly a thing. And then it hit me. The most annoying thing in my world is my little brother Jeffrey. Wow, that's an ambitious topic. Go ahead. If you need extra time, feel free to take the project home tonight as well. Thanks, Miss Palma. A lot. Anyway, here's what I wrote. Having a brother is horrible. Having any brother would be horrible, I suppose, but having my particular brother, Jeffrey, is unrelenting nightmare. It's not because he's 8 years younger than I am, although that's part of it. How would you like to be the king of the planet for 8 glorious years and suddenly get demoted to vice king? It's not because he's cuter than I am, although that's part of it too. I have mouse brown colicky hair, glasses that are an inch thick, and braces that look like I tried to swallow a train wreck. He has those perfect little chiclet teeth, 20/20 vision, and the little ringlets like the ones on the angels you see on posters in art class. And it's not even because me, he doesn't. It's not even because he hates me. The truth is, he idolizes me, and that's the problem. The kid follows me around like I'm Elvis or something. And while he's being much too cute and following me around, he destroys all my stuff, including my self-esteem and my sanity. Take, for example, the dangerous pie incident. Jeffrey has known from an early age that the worst possible thing he can do is touch my drum stuff. I have rules about this. He may not play the drums. He may not pretend the cymbals are shields and he is a knight. He may not hide in the bass drum. And pretty much any Jeffrey to drumstick contact is a massive no-no. But one faithful afternoon last year, Jeffrey threw rules out the window. One tragic day, I came home, said, "Hi, Mom," downed some milk, and headed down to the basement to practice. I was in a particularly good mood. I remember because Renee Albert told me in the PM room that she liked my shirt. This such a grand occasion, I decided to take the special drumsticks down from their sacred perch and use them for my practice pad warm up. In case you don't know this, a practice pad is a thick, dense, fat piece of rubber. Usually it's glued onto a piece of wood. You practice playing drums on it because it feels a lot like playing on a real pad on a real drum head. Anyhow, the special sticks would be just an ordinary pair of my favorite sticks, Regal Tip 5As with nylon tips, except that they have been autographed by my all-time drum hero, Carter Buford of the Dave Matthews Band. I once saved up my babysitting money for a couple of months, got 2 tickets to a drum clinic Carter Buford was giving an hour and a half away in Philadelphia. I begged my dad to take me for 2 hours until he finally gave it. At the clinic, during what I like to think is 2 glorious minutes, Carter Buford himself called me up to demonstrate a double stroke roll. After I did it, he said I had a nice technique and signed my sticks right there in front of the room full of drummers. So I had spent quite a bit of blood, toil, tears, and sweat in order to get these special drumsticks. But the special sticks weren't on their shelf. "Jeffrey!" I ran upstairs at top speed, hoping I would be in time. But knowing that the odds were stacked against me, I burst into the kitchen and found Jeffrey doing his cooking thing on the floor. Pots and pans were everywhere. Don't ask me how I had not noticed this on my way downstairs the first time. And Jeffrey was stirring some pretend concoction in the deepest pot of all with my special sticks. I advanced toward him with what must have been a disturbing gleam in my eye. "Jeffrey, give me the stick." "But I'm cooking." "Give me the sticks." "But the dangerous pie isn't ready yet." "I don't care about your stupid 4-year-old make-believe food. Give me the sticks." "But this is real food." And it was. Jeffrey's dangerous pie was a zestly blend of coffee grounds, raw eggs, their smashed shells, uncooked bacon, and 3 Matchbox racing cars. These special sticks still smell funny. Or maybe I could tell you about the Please Kill Me Mom affair. This fiasco happened after my all-city school jazz band concert last June. Getting into the all-city band is a big, big deal, especially for a drummer, because there are 6 trumpeters, 5 saxes, 4 trombones, etc., but only 2 drummers. It was even a bigger deal for me last year because I was the first 7th grade drummer ever admitted into the all-city high school band. And they even had to send a special band to the middle school just to get me and this girl named Annette Watson, who's the backup piano player. She's actually really good. But there's this 12th grade guy who's been the main pianist since he was a freshman. And he's not about to get booted by a middle school girl in his senior year. She's funny. And she may be the only kid in the middle school who cares about music the way that I do. But she's also kind of weird. It's like she's figured out how to play Beethoven and Thelonious Monk, but hasn't quite mastered the art of being a girl. It's not easy being the youngest guy in the band, by the way. They make fun of me all the time about my size, my braces, the way I stick my tongue out when I play. Also, everyone in the band has a cool nickname. When I first found this out at rehearsal, the other drummer, Brian, was telling me what they call different people. "Who's that?" "That's the king." "Who's he?" "The duke." "Who's she?" "The princess." "What do they call you?" "The count." "What does that make me?" How about the peasant?" And the name stuck. Anyway, my whole family came to the concert. I had this huge drum feature, and it was awesome. I had this huge drum feature in this Bryan Singer song called Jump, Jive, and Wail. And I nailed the whole thing. I usually practice at least an hour a day on my practice pad, another half hour on the drum set. Plus, I play in the marching band and the jazz group at school. And we've been rehearsing twice a week for the All City for a couple of months. And I used to take lessons once a week. I was playing great that night. So after the concert, my parents and Jeffrey came into the band room. They were all excited and everything, but Jeffrey was bouncing off the ceiling. You're a rock star, Steven. No, I'm a jazz star, Jeffrey. My brother's a rock star. My brother's a rock star. Just then, Renee Albert stopped right next to us to congratulate her boyfriend. We'll just call him Biff. The sophomore guitarist with an alarmingly perfect complexion and muscles like Barry Bonds. Jeffrey saw Renee and started to whirl toward her. She lives around the corner from us. And I guess not even 4-year-olds are immune to her charms and wiles. It seems to happen in slow motion. Events were just crawling. Yet still, I knew I would not have enough time to run to the local zoo, steal an elephant tranquilizer gun, run back, fire it into Jeffrey's buttocks before he could blurt out something that would mortify me and destroy my social status forever. Life snapped back into full speed, and Jeffrey shouted, "Hey, Renee, my brother's a rock star." As Biff looked on with a sneer, Renee replied, "Oh, really? I didn't know that." "Yup, he is. Did you see him? His arms were zooming all around the drums, just like when he practices at home in front of the mirror." "Steven? Practice in front of the mirror? Yeah, it's cool. In his underwear, the blue ones, right, Steven?" I sagged against my mother's shoulder and muttered, "Please kill me, Mom." My dad tried at that point to control the situation, but now Jeffrey had drawn a little crowd of my bandmates who were waiting to see what else he would reveal about the peasant. "My brother's great. Hey, Renee, do you want to hear a joke?" "What does ICUP spell?" "I give up." "Close the bathroom door. Get it?" I tried to end this torment. "Come on, Jeffrey, let's go out for ice cream with Mom and Dad." Then Brian chimed in. He had dropped the stick during In the Mood and may have been annoyed by the big applause after my solo. "Let him finish, peasant." To which Renee and my mom simultaneously turned to me and burst out, "They call you peasant? Dear reader, do you see a pattern here? Miss Palma gave me an A on the journal entry. She called it drool." So I guess I actually managed to get some use out of Jeffrey's answer before the chaos of this year started. Looking back on those days, I'd have eaten the dangerous pie if I could have stopped October from coming.